Good afternoon and welcome to EBTV's coverage of East Brunswick High School athletics. This afternoon, girls lacrosse against J.P. Stevens. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka bringing you all the action. Today, the Bears look for their second victory, coming off a 13-3 win against South Plainfield. But we're playing here on the new turf field, and Coach Melissa Nunez says this is a very fast track, definitely a lot faster game here than they've had to deal with in previous years. And again, the Bears looking for that second victory on a beautiful day here at J. Doyle. The Bears, again, 1-2 with that win against South Plainfield, 13-3. The key goal scorer for the Bears, Nicole Wasselis, with 5 goals in that contest. Looking for another big effort from her as well. So we'll be back with our first half draw in just a moment. And we are back here at J. Doyle Field. The Bears are wearing their home white with green skirts, and J.P. Stevens in the green with yellow numerals. Drawing at midfield for J.P. Stevens, Danielle Manzi.
Here we go, ladies, right from the beginning.
And for the Lady Bears, we'll see who that is. I don't have the number there, but ready to draw at midfield. Ball doesn't really make it up into the air. Sarah Parker drawing for the Bears. The sticks are back-to-back with the back end of the sticks together. The referee puts the ball in the middle, and then as the referee blows the whistle, the girls try to wrestle it up and pop it up in the air. The rest of the players around the circle can come in after it. That's more like it. Popped up in the air. Bat it down. It'll be picked up by J.P. Stevens, who will operate an offense. Crunch from behind. No call, but now a call. Anytime there's a foul called in the field of play, all the other players have to stop where they are. J.P. Stevens picks it up, and heading down is Becca Kaiser. We'll set the offense and defense as we need to as we go around. Picking up the ball on defense there for the Bears is Marissa Estremera. Now cross midfield, and now Bears operating on offense. Sarah Parker looking for someone to pass to, drops it. Little drop pass there for Christina Torriello. Bounce shot, the save down low. That shot by Jamie Hatala, save there, and an outlet pass goes out of bounds. But it on this new AstroTurf field, field turf field, which is very, very soft, the ball will not just automatically bounce around. Bears will have possession there. Coming through the line there is Nicole Wasselis, who had 5 goals in the game against South Plainfield. Wasselis will just walk it back. They play pretty much 7-on-7 in the offensive end. That was a rule change about maybe 10 years ago to keep from crowding in 11 and 11. Wasselis comes right out, rolls the cage, looking, shoots, hits the goaltender for the Hawks, Karen Spiegel. And the bad outlet pass behind the net, and that will go out of bounds, and possession will change to the Bears. Bears were willing to bring it out.
Take your time.
Ball knocked down, picked up, this time by Payal Vashani. And foul called on the Bears. The offender stands 4 yards behind. Everyone else, again, freezes as is, not to allow anyone to get an extra advantage. We play 2 halves here. Clock will stop on the field. Clock will stop on every infraction. But the Bears pick up possession here. And coming down the close sideline, Rebecca Kent, sophomore. Bears setting up the offense. Now, when you see the red lines there, and we have an offside call, we're counting here, body count. There should be only 7 defenders back, and there are 8. And basically the 30-yard line of the football field is the divider here. And that infraction will result in a free position shot. The red lines are the girls' line. Actually, that's not going to be. It's going to be possession awarded at the 12-meter line, 12-meter arc. And coming right down the middle, stopping, but running into traffic. There is Ada Gutman. Kristen Trimboli. Ball knocked out, popped up, and picked up by J.P. Stevens. Run it out the close sideline here. Checking is allowed on the stick only. The girls do not have any kind of protection aside from eyewear. Bumping not permitted here. And Emily Kleinman for J.P. Stevens will be awarded possession. Bears drop back in defense. One of the Bears players fell down. You heard Coach Nunez yelling, "Man down." Sarah Samuels is our goalie. She's yelling out where the ball is in relation to her. Now the defense has to play outside the 8-meter arc. They cannot play a zone. They can't pack it in. They can guard their man. The shot that goes wide. Maybe Samuels got a piece of it. Possession awarded to J.P. Stevens. And maybe a dual foul there, so we'll have a throw in. Kind of a jump ball situation. And we'll have a retoss there because no one gained possession on that. And the Bears pick it up. And coming down that sideline is Kristen Torriello. She's looking for help, finds help. The person of Nicole Wasselis, number 4. Wasselis coming right down the middle of the field, has 3 J.P. Stevens Hawks defenders on her. Will run it all the way back, now cuts in, changes hands, loses possession, but has the presence to pick it back up again. And the Bears will work her behind the net, setting up offense, which you'll see here as a kind of a bombing run situation as the players will line up outside 8 meters and run it in, looking for an opening. However, that pass goes behind for Sarah Parker. Parker looking to roll the cage, comes out in front. A shot and a score, although Spiegel got a piece of it. And East Brunswick goes up 1-0. Parker with her first goal of the game. We do not have a scoreboard here. Our time is being kept on the field. The renovation's not quite done yet, but the field turf field is absolutely a wonderful field to play on. All purpose, all weather, all sports. Draw at midfield. Again, the sticks back to back, the ball in between. Popped up, way up in the air. Ball on the turf. And Ada Gutman picks it up. Outlets on the wing, and the Bears will once again operate on offense. Parker go, you heard. That means go right down the middle, look for an opening. Parker, bigger player here, gets a shot off, knocked down in front. Parker picks up the rebound again, throws a shot over the cage. Unofficially the 5th East Brunswick shot on goal, although not truly a shot on goal, but need a shot. Possession. Now, they play natural boundaries, too, but natural boundaries are really defined here on a football field by the extent of the field itself. If we were playing on a wide-open grass field, they would play literally wide open. So anytime the ball goes toward the out of bounds, or in this case, where the track would go, referee will stop play, as they did right there, and force the play to continue on. Now, in that case, they called the J.P. Stevens player for running out of bounds. Estremera will put the ball in play. She'll dunk it inside for Parker. Parker has a chance to see an opening, bounces it, or tries to pass it inside. Ada Gutman picks it back up again. And the Bears will open a more coordinated offense here. Torriello looking. Outside 12, now passes on the wing. Parker guarded closely, looking for an opportunity to switch hands, come inside, gets a room, drops it inside. Gutman could not control it, tried to do a one-timer, but picks up the rebound. Parker looking for some room here, Fires high and hits the upper left corner. East Brunswick goes up 2-0 on the Hawks of J.P. Stevens. This is the third-year program for both the boys and the girls for J.P. Stevens. For East Brunswick, I think the program started in 1999 was the first season, spring of 99. So the girls program followed the boys by, I think, 2 years. A little change of position and change of tactics here as both the J.P. Stevens player and the East Brunswick person drawing here is going to be on the same side. Same result, though. Ball popped up in the air, heads in the direction of that Stevens goal and picked up by Kristen Torriello. Ball on the ground. Trying to struggle through. And again, stick checking is allowed, but very dangerous to be in that close, flailing away with sticks. Parker trying to pull it off the rug. And you get a truer pickup here on the carpet, but it's still, you have to find a way to pick it up and control it. The girls' sticks are not as pliant as the boys' sticks. The netting does not allow that ball to sit deep into the pocket. And now on the break, J.P. Stevens, Becca Kaiser. Kaiser runs it down and will run it behind. 2 East Brunswick defenders come out. Estremera comes back on defense. Again, the offensive setup is to kind of come right down the middle, look for an opening, and get that pass over the net or on the side of the net. Take the one-time pass, shoot, and score, or roll the cage yourself here, as Kaiser's trying to do. Good defense there, not allowing any inside position. And the pass to try to dunk it in front goes high and wide. Olivia Freilich battling over there for it. But Olivia, a little bit too much bumping with the body, and J.P. Stevens will be awarded possession.
Okay.
Again, you're watching Girls Lacrosse on EBTV. East Brunswick against J.P. Stevens. I'm Ken Saroka, bringing you all the action to you on a beautiful day here at J. Doyle Field. Temperature got up around 73 in the daytime hours. Still very warm, very nice here today. Again, Freilich, much larger person here, trying to distract. Trying to distract. Now coming out to pressure. Look, knocks it out. Nice check there by Freilich. But again, a ball on the ground and people banging around, bumping each other. And we'll see what we have here in terms of a call. It will be East Brunswick possession.
Cut away, ladies, cut away.
Cut away. I mean, you hear Coach Nunez talking about cutting away, which means is to find opening away from the ball. Don't run in the same spot now. Marissa Estremera running it all the way down, and I'll set it up for the Bears. Torriello. Okay, now everybody's here. Set up flag and kind of set up the play here. Set up the.
It does?
And that's what you do. You have to get rid of that ball because that player is only about 4 yards behind. And if you're not quick with the decision, you will get it knocked out of your stick. And a call there. There are no penalties that remove players from the game for infractions like you saw with the boys lacrosse for 30 seconds or a minute. We get into a situation, we'll explain it further, but right now, so far, a pretty clean game aside from some bumping infractions in front. Kleinman will take it back behind the cage. Guarded closely by Jamie Hatala. Hatala comes around to defend, and then again, Freilich comes out to double team. Freilich knocks it around, trying to find it, gets pushed down.
There we go, ladies. Here we go. Great job.
And pick up the ball. There we go. Olivia Freilich will get the ball for the Bears. Most fouls only involve a change of possession. A blue pass there. Parker can't control it. Now does. Comes across midfield. Changes directions. Looking for an opening inside, coming right down the middle. Shot and a score high to the long side. Parker with the natural hat trick. The first 3 goals for East Brunswick. Brunswick started the season 0-2, picked up a victory a couple of nights ago against South Plainfield, 13-3.
Me too.
First-year coach Melissa Nunez is wired up, and you'll hear her occasionally coming through not only the crowd mic, but when we have a timeout, we'll listen in. Parker will draw it at midfield with Danielle Manzi. Ball is popped up in the air, again back in the direction of the J.P. Stevens net, but corralled by Becca Kaiser. Some J.P. Stevens fans here, as you hear, yelling encouragement for Becca. A bump there on the far sideline by Estremera. Possession, J.P. Stevens. Unofficially, shots on goal 7-1 in favor of East Brunswick. Again, patience here as the cutters start coming right through the middle. And again, the defender's job is to distract, cut down the sight lines between the player with the ball and those cutters coming right down the middle. The defenders have to stay outside the 8-meter arc until their player comes through. They can't pack it in and just kind of guard the cage. Now rolling the cage, Kaiser, double team comes out. She tries to pass it in the middle to Kleinman. Ball is knocked down. You have a battle for it, and picking it up is Andrea Alvarez, excuse me. And the Bears pick up possession on the far sideline. And coming out with it is Jessica Devine. Again, speed a real plus here on this wonderful field turf. Dumping it inside, Ada Gutman tries to one-time it. Loses possession of it, an easy catch by Spiegel, who outlets it. And J.P. Stevens on the break. Ball's on the ground. Parker's going to pick it up. And you hear the Coach Anita is calling set up flag, the flag situation. Parker is coming in all alone, looking and scoring. Hip side, far side, off hip. And as she made that turn, there was only one defender, two offensive players. So if that defender would have came out on Parker, Parker would have had a chance to pass it over for an easy shot on the opposite side of the cage, and East Brunswick goes up 4-zip. And Coach Jody Parati of the Hawks calls timeout. Okay, and we will bring it over to Coach Melissa Nunez.
Big deep breath. You need water? Yeah. Okay.
Parker's like on fire.
Definitely. All right, ladies, quiet. Listen up. Okay. The first draw right now that we get, we're going to set up flag. Unless, like you just did, if you have a wide open shot, obviously let's not settle it. Only settle it if they're down there and they're ready for us. You understand that? We're doing great. We need to keep controlling it. Defense, like, let's make it a team goal. Shutout? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Shutout. You guys are doing great. When you see that girl holding on to the ball back there, whoever's in the back, pressure if you can, but ladies, you have to remember if someone rolls, right, you guys at the top who are not guarding people in behind, you have to watch for that roll. Got it? Let's go. Yes.
When she like switches hands and bumps into me, how is that my foul?
Don't even worry about it. It's not, it's not worth it.
Roll, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the girl stepped on my shoe.
We're right. You're doing great, guys. Let's go. Bring it together. Team cheer.
There's one thing about playing a field sport. There are plays that you can set up, and then there's opportunities that have to be taken when you're on the break. And Parker, particularly on that last goal, had an opportunity and took it. Now we have some fans coming in here. There's now a crowd starting to show up on this wonderful, beautiful early spring day. This game, it will be broadcast 3 times on EBTV. It will be broadcast on Thursday the 17th at 8:30, Saturday the 19th at 2 p.m., and Sunday at the 20th at 6 p.m. The draw at midfield. And now you have 3 sets of players behind toward the JP Stevens net because that's where the balls have been going lately. But this one comes at the EB side, and Parker picks it up after spending a moment on the ground with the ball, and she's looking for help and passes it back to Rebecca Kent. Kent runs a little too close to the sidelines, and that will be called, and the referee will award possession to JP Stevens. Again, not that there are painted lines. There's no painted lines on the outside. Those are the soccer lines or the football lines. But the referees are aware that that field does end, and they don't want players going all the way over toward the track. Defense coming in. Stopping behind. Looking for that little dunk shot. And picking it up on the ground nicely for the Bears. The defense is Jessica Devine. Devine now looking for someone to pass to. Estremera is going to get it. Comes it right to midfield. Changes directions. You'll see a lot of that. They try to get the players to commit or overcommit. Parker passes it behind Kristen Trimboli. Trimboli now will set it up. And now you'll see perhaps the setup of the flag play. Nicole Wasselis. And now everybody now moving outside, almost 40 yards away. And now you see the kind of bombing runs that will take place as they try to distract where they're going, try to work. And here comes in now somebody from the far side. Oh, and coming in, and that was a perfectly disguised play as Ariel Harris snuck in from the opposite side as everyone was paying attention to the offensive grouping. I said, at the 30-yard line, you have a line where only 7 players can go across, but the players can switch. A defender can come across and enter the offensive zone. And Harris is a defensive specialist, but because no one was paying attention to her and another offensive person stayed on the other side of the line, she cut in, but the pass was a little wide. Casey Pelican passes it to Priya Patel. Patel scooting down that far sideline, will run it behind the net, guarded by Kent. Kent will shadow her around the cage. Pass inside, bounce shot, and Samuels manages to catch that one in her knees and will outlet to Freilich. Freilich had trouble holding on to it. Kent will try going downfield, this time for Jamie Hatala. Hatala running it down the close sideline, loses it. Stepping back into the play there nicely is Kleinman. Kleinman's looking for an outlet and puts the ball on the ground on the far sideline. And the Bears once again with possession. Trimboli looking. Now has 2 defenders chasing her. A little bumping going on there. Erica Adams, junior in the game, looking. Parker puts that one in the knees or at the feet. A save there. Bears will have possession. Cutter's going through, looking. You hear Coach Ferrotti yelling pressure. Force the player to make a decision with the ball. A little patience here. Adams trying to cut it in. Cannot switch to her non-dominant hand to shoot. Devine tries to get through, knocked out of her stick. Jessica Devine tried to come through. Then she manages to knock the ball down, battling for it nicely there with Casey Pelican. And JP Stevens will come out with the ball. Alvarez, though, is checked from behind. And here, players yelling, "Go to goal," means take it yourself. Bumping, bumping, bumping on the outside there. Estremera. And you'll notice there is a wide open lane with only one defender there for Becca Kaiser. But she chooses instead to kind of patiently wait. Again, looking for those cutters. Kaiser got a screen. Her shot is muffled in front. Try to push it along. Manzi tries to dump it in front. And that, to pass to Kleinman, is awry. Samuels has to dump it, and unfortunately she's going to dump it too close. No. Picking it up nicely. Again, there's a advantage of this very soft but pliant turf. Now Rebecca Kent. Hatala comes up with it, passes it to Adams. Erica Adams coming right down the middle. Inside pass attempted to get it to Nicole Wasselis, who hasn't touched the ball much in this game. Parker's done all the scoring for East Brunswick, netting all 4 goals. Alex Lindquist battling on the outside there with Freilich. Freilich trying to use her larger frame there. Olivia Freilich called for the infraction. Again, a relatively clean game, especially around the cage. No free position shots awarded either way. Ball on the ground, picked up by Patel. I'm sorry, was that Caroline Kwan. I can't read the numbers. The yellow number is a little hard to read. That is Patel. Again, you hear the goalie yelling out where the ball is so that everyone who's not watching or was watching their man can sit and understand where it is. Shot, and that was a little bit of a defensive lapse there for the Bears as Alvarez had a chance to come in. Her shot is short side wide. Bears will put it in play. A little close to that sideline, coming in though in the middle. Nice passing there, Katie Chase. Katie Chase looking, coming around. Fires it wide on the move, Katie Chase. Hits it long side. And the Bears go up 5-0. Bears had tried a couple of times when they had that kind of break. The Bears had tried to pass it into that very, very close interior player there, the one who was very close to the goal. But that time did not need to do that. A little conference going on. I wonder what the discussion is. Perhaps a stick measurement? Okay, well, I guess nothing to come of that. On the ground. Bump there on White, green ball. And sometimes just standing in the way there can force a player to change directions and lose control of the ball. But Danielle Manzi aggressively trying to work her way through several EB defenders. Passes on the wing to Kaiser. Kaiser this time tries to come in and on the left side shoot on her non-dominant. Samuels makes the save. Estremera, transition, you hear the call here. Running without the ball is good. Passing downfield, that's time Hatala has it now. Hatala works her way in, gets a step, puts a bounce shot through. Jamie Hatala, attack wing there. That's the 6th goal. Yeah, the plane's going over. It sounds a little bit like Shea Stadium at LaGuardia Airport. No, actually, that's the flight patterns for Newark. In the evenings, especially the international planes come in about this time. And right over top of Jade Oil is a Lufthansa flight. Drawing at midfield again. Manzi and Parker. Parker uses her reach to knock it in the direction of the JP Stevens cage. Hatala picks it up, bounces it, picks it up again. Trying to run in. Has it knocked out of her stick by Kleiman, who's coming back on defense. Kleiman again harassing Hatala behind the cage. Lots of activity there and no call. And picked up by the Bears. Jessica Devine, pass it looking inside. Hatala has a step on her defender, puts a shot and save that time. Spiegel got that one in the leg pads, leg protectors. The shin guards there. It looks like catcher shin guard she's wearing. Stolen, picked up. Trimboli inside to Wassilis. Wassilis drills one high, a high pickup, and she drills it low. Nicole Wassilis with the 7th East Brunswick goal. Now other EB players getting into the action here. Apparently we're close to about 1 minute left to go in this first half. Parker battling for it, trying to come out with it. 4 JP Stevens Hawks defenders around them. And Manzi gets whistled for the call. Parker cradling through traffic, looking for someone to break further. Gets through 2 defenders. Now 2 more collapse in, and this time picking it up. But Parker has the presence of mind to pick it back up again. Shot and a save. Hits right off the shaft of the stick, but the ball is bouncing around in the cage. And crease violation there on the Bears. Ball bounces softly into Manzi's stick, and she'll run it down the far sideline. Rebecca Kent trying to keep pace. Estremera coming back, so a double team there forming. And that is the end of our first half, I think, with our score. East Brunswick 7 and JP Stevens nothing. Sarah Parker got the scoring going for the Bears early and often, scoring the first 4. And then Katie Chase, Jamie Hatala, and Nicole Wassilis close out the scoring for East Brunswick. Unofficially, shots on goal for the Bears 14 and JP Stevens 3. Samuels has been called upon to make 2 decent saves there. And let's listen in a little bit on
All right, guys, sit.
Coach Nunez.
Sit. Thanks. Oh, I'm like, what's going on? Okay, wait. Was, you had a goal, right?
Yeah, Parker has 4.
Parker has 4, Katie has 1.
4, 5, 6, 7. That works.
Slacker.
Am I missing?
Yeah.
Not down here, you're fine, and then just up here. We'll wait for Marissa.
Parker, how many goals do you have? 65. Too many. Not enough. Too many.
Okay, here we go, ladies. Listen up. we're doing a great job. And like I said, like I always say, we win the draw, we're gonna win the game, without a doubt, every time. We're gonna switch up flag a little bit. On flag, you're gonna roll, okay? Unless they don't see Ariel over there, you're just gonna go for the roll again. So I will tell someone to scream in flag because you guys aren't hearing me, or do you want to switch the name?
Change the name. Sound exactly alike.
All right, so let's do.
Say wave or something. Drapeau. It's French for flag. No, I don't know that.
Drop.
No, because that's like Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
Keywords. No, do wave. Wave.
Wave. All right. Yeah, I am. It's so funny because remember the Dunkin' Donut? I'm like, I'm not saying donut, and I scream donut instead of Dunkin', but.
It is donut. It is donut.
It is. Okay, with Dunkin' or with donut, whatever you want to call it, you really need to. You were bringing it out, right? You were starting it. So I want. James, you're gonna start it now from behind. When you go to roll, you're gonna have to go wide. Like you have to go wide with it. If you come too close to the goal, they're just gonna make that pressure and they're gonna go with Parker, whoever's going. That's who you're gonna work with, you and Parker. We're gonna try to do Rover. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where to go. Let me see if there's an empty one. Okay. This is, let's say this is the goal right here. Do you guys need that whole like arc thing? I don't know how to do it.
Oh my God.
Okay, time out, hold on. Okay, there you go. Okay, this person
All right, and we'll be back
Listen up.
with the second half draw in just a moment. Second half action about to begin here at Jado Field on the brand new field turf field. Wonderful, wonderful change here. Multi-purpose. Field drains exceptionally well after a rain. And it is not going to be subject to muddiness or ruts or holes or Bears patches. So it's a wonderful field. Bears up 7-0 to start the second half. Sarah Parker with 4 goals to lead the Bears. She had the first 4, actually. Katie Chase, Jamie Hatala, and Nicole Wasselis close out the scoring for the Bears in that first half. Ball popped up in the air and picked up on the fly by Trimboli. Trimboli trying to run it in, gets a step on her defender, looks to change sticks, drops it in short side. Spiegel had no answer for that. And the Bears go up 8-0. 4 different Bears now scoring after Parker's 4 different Bears now score. The one official was out talking to the coach, and then the other official said, "You want to do the draw?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just sorry." Women's lacrosse, a growing sport nationally, but in New Jersey too. A lot to be proud of here, especially at the small college, the D3 level. Our coach, East Brunswick coach Melissa Nunez, played at Kane University, and the big dominant power in New Jersey being the College of New Jersey team that has won, I want to say 11 national championships since 1985. There's a lot of opportunities to play here. Ball popped up in the air, and this time picked up by Kleiman, but Kleiman has it knocked out, picks it back up again. She runs it in on, looking. See if we see a little more aggressive attitude here by Kleinman. She tries a shot and a high shot. Stopped by Samuels. The ball laid in the crease, and crease violation there as JP Stevens player went in after it. Collision there. Ariel Harris will take possession and Again, when the infractions for field play like this take place, everybody freezes, and the offending player has to stand 4 yards behind. The ball is on the ground, picked up by Kleinman, but she has a hard time picking it up. Now, that's unusual because, again, this is a very, very clean pickup here. Should be able to pick it up as opposed to picking it up on a grass field. Manzi. A little dunk shot there. Knocked down in front. Samuel's got a piece of it, perhaps. And the Bears will try to clear. Torriello coming down. Christina Torriello coming right down the middle. Changes directions a little bit. Tries to work inside 12, inside 8. Shot knocked down by Spiegel. That shot was about waist high. Another shot picked up by Trimboli. On the rebound, puts it high up and in. Trimboli with the 9th East Brunswick goal. 9-0 our score. Parker will draw at midfield. Sticks back to back, the ball in between. Popped up at least over the head, but this time Kleinman's going to pick it up herself and go right down the middle, looking for an opportunity here to score. Shot, caught. Nicely, Samuels had that one all the way, caught it waist high. East Brunswick looking now to advance. But that ball's on the ground, picked up by Patel. On the far side, she has a little trouble bumping into Jessica Devine. Devine will be called, and Patel will have a little bit more operating space on the far sideline. Patel coming right on in, inside 8. A little tap by Olivia Freilich, but she's going to get called, and then we'll have our first free position shot. As the players have to then move outside the 8-meter arc, it's not quite like a penalty shot, a one-on-one opportunity, because once the referee blows the play in, the other players can collapse on defense, but it does provide a bit of an opportunity for the player to go right in and score. But again, all the other players had to basically freeze in spot. That was a low shot. Samuel's got the stick down. Patel looking. No opportunity to roll the cage there. Can't see as Kleinman was sneaking around there. They're looking for her to pass the dunk it into her. Kleinman has a shot knocked down by Samuels. Kleinman picks up the rebound, tries to find an open player in front, and that ball is knocked out of harm's way. It's coming over to the close sideline. It'll be picked up there. Collision, Melissa Gallo. And Estremera gets called for a bump. Waiting for the Cutters to come through. A lot of communication there out by the Bears defense. Now Kleinman comes to out to roll out. Freilich comes out, knocks the ball out of her stick. Are we going to have a blocking foul or an free position shot? Possibly a card. Warning there, just a warning, not a yellow card yet, but just a warning there. A little too aggressive play by Marissa Estremera. Kleinman with the free position shot, straight on from 8 meters. And that ball is knocked up. Good defense to collapse in on her and force that shot high over the cage. JP Stevens definitely playing a much more aggressive game here on offense. Still, though, shut out on the scoreboard. An offensive foul there, collision as Alex Lindquist tried to bull her way in. And Bears will be awarded possession. Hatala finds some help there. That's Katie Chase. Chase running right through. Stops, pulls it out, waits for the offense to come back. Now set up. Now the opportunity to call a play here, set up a play. Chase has it bumped out of her stick, but regains possession. And that redesigned program play called Wave as Wassalis. And now, again, everybody, here's this everybody play here. Everybody's going to watch this, the cutters come through, but sniffing it out nicely was the defense here, but Wassalis comes out, has it bumped out of her stick. She regains possession. And the pass inside to Ariel Harris. And Harris picks it up high and drops it in. That's a one-timer, reaching up and grabbing it and dropping it down low. And again, 10 goals for the Bears here. The referee came over and did inform that because of the 10-goal lead, we are now playing on a running clock. The only time the clock will stop for an injury or a card, a yellow card or red card infraction. Draw at midfield. That one did not go above head level, so they will redraw. Picked up by Katie Chase. Chase to Wassalis, and Wassalis draws two defenders. She's going to try to break it in, and we do have a foul before the shot, and Chase will be, Wassalis will be awarded a free position shot on the far side of the 8 meters. As everyone is repositioned here outside of 8 meters, Wassalis looks like she's going to line up to go in on goal. Shot, and it was a little bit of a deflection or a good stiff stick check there. That deflected that shot wide. Trimboli looking to roll, turns, fires it wide. Wassalis has it knocked out of her stick, battling. Regains control. Calling the rover play. Different setup here. See how the JP Stevens defense reacts to that. Little mixture of players outside the 12-meter fan. No openings as Wassalis just pulls it back out and waits. And we'll drop it back for Chase. Chase back to Wassalis. Wassalis looks like she wants to roll the cage, comes right out in front. Shot off the pipe. Having a hard time picking it up there is Estremera, but coming out of it with it is Trimboli, and the Bears will once again set up on offense. Katie Chase looks inside. You hear Coach Nunez talking about sitting on top of the 12. 12 meters out. Wasselis got the shoulder in and got past her defender and had easy pickings on that high side. The 11th East Brunswick goal. Again, you cannot double team. You can't come down and cheat. So if you're the only defender down low guarding against that player with the ball behind the cage, you cannot get help inside the 8 meters. You can't have somebody come down. Now, if somebody from the outside wants to come and help out, and the Bears did that successfully 2 or 3 times in the first half, where a defender outside comes in at least enough to block the path, then that's okay. Ball on the ground, and we were waiting to see who picks it up. Battling for it for the Bears is Christina Torriello. Torriello shot saved there by Spiegel. Outlet pass dropped out of bounds, and Bears will be awarded possession. Parker, who's been really quiet here in the second half, did her scoring in the early stages of the first half. We'll dump it behind the cage to Torriello. Torriello back to Parker. Goal line extended. Try to pass it into Wasselis, and that's a hard field right there because, not a hard field itself, but the fact that Wasselis is looking right back into the setting sun, the only part of the field right now that is in direct sunlight. Pass a little too high for Chase as she tried to do the kind of one-timer. Chase not able to pull that one down. And the outlet pass by Spiegel, the goalie, is corralled by Parker. Parker looking to kind of saunter her way in. Drills one high into the far side. Caught the defense sleeping there, and Parker has her 5th goal. Bears up now 12-0 on JP Stevens. And we hope you have an opportunity to come out and see the spring sports here at East Brunswick High School. Softball, baseball, as well as the boys and girls lacrosse teams in action here. The various athletic fields. Popped up in the air, this time heading in the direction of the EB goal. Parker trying to use her reach there to pick it up. Has it knocked out, and we had a little bit of a collision there with Alex Lindquist. And working it now down the far sideline, Devine. Jessica Devine to Hatala. Hatala has a hard time picking it up, but does come back for the ball. Has one step on her defender. Now will drive it behind the cage. Stop. And dish it off to Wasselis. Wasselis looking to get inside. Her shot is muffled in front. I think maybe Spiegel got a piece of it. Defender also helped out there. That pass is short for its intended target. Bears will pick it up on the turnover. And coming right down the middle is Jessica Devine. Devine drives it high. And again, the Bears have had a pretty good day shooting high here. And that's when they have that space and opportunity to just drive it. Now, wholesale changes for the Bears lineup, as entering the game will be Eric Adams, who saw some time in the first half, as well as 21, Rebecca Spiewak. Parker picks it up after a deflection. Draws 3 defenders. She'll dump it inside to Katie Chase. Chase looking, and Katie Chase tried to go across her body, moving to the left and trying to shoot with the right. Couldn't get it on cage, shot it over the net. but they are calling a deflection. So the Bears will have possession. Ball on the ground. Spiewak battling on the far side. Picked up by Erica Adams. Adams down to Wassilis inside. Wassilis turns and drills one in the back of the net. Cole Wassilis with the hat trick today. And we have a timeout on the field called by Coach Melissa Nunez, and East Brunswick up 14-0. Well, let's listen in on Coach Nunez and the team.
Do stall. So you're still like you're working on those. We're gonna do stall. You're still working on those cuts. Make good cuts. Try to work on some picks, but I don't want it unless it's. I don't want another goal unless it's someone who has not scored on offense. Unless it's these. Okay. Unless it's these two, that's it. Or you're in on offense. Okay. So unless it's these three, everyone else, let's go. Let's stall around. Got it? Team cheer and get out. You're just stalling.
And that's a kind of sportsmanship move here with the score 14-0 and a running clock. Bears really don't need to score anymore, but to pass the ball around, give an opportunity for somebody new to score if it's there, like a wide open shot. Certainly don't want to run the score up here, but the Bears up 14-0. An opportunity to get some more players in, get some of the junior varsity players who also come up on and dress on varsity to get into the game. Good crowd on hand now, finally, coming in, parents and well-wishers. The referee talking again to the J.P. Stevens coaching staff about something that was going on there. Again, this game will be broadcast 3 times on EBTV. The first showing will be on Thursday, the 17th at 8:30 p.m., then on Saturday, the 19th at 2 p.m., and Sunday, the 20th at 6 p.m. And we'd like to thank the EBTV technical crew for coming out, once again helping us broadcast East Brunswick High School athletics. Many, many years, a great relationship there with EBTV, and we thank them every time they come out and help us bring East Brunswick High School sports into your living room. Patel trying to come in down that far sideline, looks, and that shot was looking like it was going a little wide. Samuels caught it on the outside of the cage, so not really a potential threat there. But Samuels got to get rid of it because she's sitting in the crease with it. Devine loses the ball. Jessica Devine loses the ball, and Caroline Kwan now into the game. Pass inside, that one sniped down nicely as Samuels caught it. Now has to outlet it. The goalie does have some time to sit in there, but has to get rid of it. Ball now on the far sideline. On the ground, they're battling for it, getting close to that bench. Intercepted by Patel. Again, across the body, that's a dangerous kind of play because you can really injure their arms there. Come whacking across the body with the stick. Ball bounces off of Manzi's head. And outletting on the far sideline. Now coming up is Olivia Freilich. Freilich stops, looking for help. Back, that ball was intended for Hannah Way, who's in the game, coming up the far sideline now. She loses possession, picks it back up again. bumping foul there on the far sideline. Gabby Pinto. Wassilis. Again, the Bears content here just to run it if there's an opportunity for an opening. That shot, good save by Spiegel. That shot by Torello. #15th goal here. Again, we're going to be playing with a running clock. Almost all the field now in shadows. Popped up, straight up in the air. This time, though, on the downward motion, batted in the direction of the EB goal on the ground. Kent tries to push it forward, cannot. Manzi trying to pick it up and run with it, cannot. Bodies flying everywhere. Jessica Devine looking for it, but again, going to call that across the body hit. Devine to Adams. Adams to Torello. Torello working it way in. Right in on Cage. Long side low. Christina Torello. (16-0). And if you're Coach Jody Perotti for the Hawks, you know, you learn these lessons bitterly sometimes, but this is a new program, JP Stevens. They're both their boys and their girls lacrosse programs are only in their 3rd season. The Edison Eagles have had more of a program following. They've had their programs for over a decade. Manzi. Guarded on that far sideline by Hannah Way. Gets a step, comes right down the middle. Now forced behind the cage. Bears are going to play tough defense. They don't want to give up the goal here. They have a shutout going. I'm not spoiling anything. They talked about that at halftime. They talked about preserving the shutout as one of their key goals on defense, and one of the only goal on defense. Kleiman looking to roll, gets out in front. Samuel's got a piece of that, knocked it in front of the cage. Rebound picked up nicely by Torello, but she lost it. And JP Stevens with possession again. Kleinman. Looking for cutters, looking for an opportunity to perhaps roll back against the grain here. Kind of a counterclockwise flow. Now some motion inside as cutters come across the cage. Torello will get called for an infraction. We'll have a free position shot here. That shot was short side wide. Off the pipe. The defense might have preserved their shutout there by the clanking off iron. That pass intercepted. And outletted, but not cleanly, as Wassilis loses control. Casey Pelican comes in for the Hawks. Collides with Jessica Devine, who's back on defense. And an injured player behind the cage. And it took a little bit of time to kind of figure that out as Coach Perotti was yelling that she had an injured player. I did not see what was going on behind the cage there, but an injury nonetheless. Athletic trainer Phil Hostler coming over to assist. Whenever it was, Kleinman walking off under her own power, but again, she has to come out now. .30 seconds left to go. Bears do not want to give up anything here. At pass knocked down in front. A collision there. Kent came up to defend. And who are they going to award possession to? They're going to give a free position shot away with, again, only seconds left to go here. Samuels knocked it down the shot, but again, another infraction somewhere on the far side, and we'll have another free position shot. Maybe one of the East Brunswick defenders jumped the whistle a little bit, or a shooting space violation. And that is the game. Again, with the running clock, that is the game. Our score, East Brunswick 16, JP Stevens nothing. The scoring started early and often for Sarah Parker, who netted the first 4 EB goals. She ended up with 4, also scoring, or 5 actually. She scored 1 in the second half, scoring additionally for the Bears. Kristen Trimboli with 2. Nicole Wasselis, who had the big game against South Plainfield, netted 3. We'd like to thank the EBTV technical crew for coming out and supporting East Brunswick Athletics by bringing these games to you in your living room. For all of those wonderful people, I'm Ken Saroka, bidding you all a good evening from J. Doyle Field. Again, final score, East Brunswick Bears 16, JP Stevens 0. Have a good night.